to Week 3 of GUTV Bracketology. I'm Nick Brown. We are streaming Bracketology live at live.streamviews.com/GUTVHD.
And I'm Brenna Green. Andrew Opila may be known as the nicest guy on GU's campus, but you know what else he should be known for, Nick?
What's that, Brenna?
The best graphic artist. He did that intro for us.
Definitely, and he does that kind of work all the time. An absolute professional with After Effects.
And I mean, who doesn't want to have the nicest guy on GU's campus and the best graphic artist as their employee? You're getting bang for your buck, people. Bang for your buck. All right. Well, one of the great things about having a live stream is that we have gotten a lot of feedback from the alums around the country. And what did you all want to see? Well, naturally, you wanted to see a recap of the tourney. So since we are now in the Final Four, we'll give you just a little refresher on how each team has gotten here. We're going to start out with overall #1 seed Louisville. The Cardinals came out and crushed North Carolina A&T and Colorado State in the second and third rounds, respectively, by a combined 57 points. And then they faced their greatest challenge in the tournament against Oregon. Go Ducks. Just had to say that. Winning by only 8 points, 77-69. Finally, on Sunday, Louisville faced up against Duke, winning 85-63. The score is remarkable, first off, because Louisville player Kevin Ware had a gruesome injury in the first half. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look it up, but just look it up at your own risk. And also, because Louisville was only leading by 3 points going into the second half. Looks like Louisville has been living up to their #1 seed.
The next team in the Final Four is Louisville's Big East foe, Syracuse. Syracuse systematically dismantled its first opponent, Montana, nearly beating them by 50 points. Cal was Syracuse's next victim. My dad's a Cal alum, so I have to give a special shout out to my pops. As we say here at GU, there's always next year. Syracuse then ended preseason #1 Indiana's 2013 NCAA tournament in the Sweet 16 and crushed Marquette 55-39 on Saturday. Looks like we could have a potential Big East championship rematch in the NCAA title game.
The winner of the South region is Michigan. The Wolverines crushed San Diego State in the second round and ended VCU's dreams to repeat its Cinderella run from last year in the third. They faced their biggest test of the tournament in the Sweet 16 against Kansas in an 87-85 overtime thriller. Personally, it's one of my favorite games of the tournament. And then on Sunday, they came out and annihilated Florida with a final score of 79-59.
The last team in the Final Four is a team Zags all know and love, or love to hate, Wichita State. Hey, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Wichita State first-handedly beat Pittsburgh and then, well, we just won't talk about the third round. They went on to beat one of their Cinderella counterparts, 13th seeded LaSalle, in the Sweet 16. And finally, they went up against a team that knocked Gonzaga out of the round of 32 last year, Ohio State. They beat them 70-66.
Okay, Nick, so does Wichita State going to the Final Four mean that they're a legit team, or was the rest region just a little soft?
I think that it means that they're a legit team. Last year they pulled an upset, and they were just kind of like that one-hit wonder. They won and then they lost, and everyone kind of forgot about them. I think that this year definitely establishes just how solid of a program that they are over there.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I mean, LaSalle I'm not so sure about, but Ohio State and Aaron Kraft, they are a good team. So,
well,
yeah.
Zag fans, we have a question for you. Does Wichita State's Final Four appearance make you feel better about the Zags loss, or does it make you feel worse? Tweet at us, at GUTV Zags, with your answer.
After starting with a field of 68, we are now down to the Final Four at last. And with 1 week left in the NCAA tournament, we have seen some movers and shakers in the GUTV Bracketology standings. In the current student division, our very own Nick Brown is still leading the pack, but his reign of terror may be coming to an end soon. In second place is still director of GUTV's The Doghouse, Stephen Carr. Carr has dropped a little bit farther from first, and intermediate student Duran Posh has made an appearance in third place. Welcome to the club, kid.
But of course, those of you at home would much rather hear about the Friends and Family division, where some moves have also been made. Coming from third place last week, Michael Gentili has come back strong to lead the division. Gentili has 2 dogs remaining in the fight in Louisville and Michigan. So a first place finish overall is not out of the question. Behind him is last week's division leader, Santa Clara student and WCC digital ground crew member John Nash, no relation to Steve. And in third place is Nick Harden, a GU senior in sport management.
And for our alumni, those lovely people who have served their time here at GUTV, we still have a highly contested top three. In first place, Eric Hines is taking everyone to school. The high school assistant principal has gone from 18th last week to the top spot. Eric also just had a baby, so he must be living the dream at the moment. Congratulations to him. Behind Eric is last week's leader, Sebastian Robertson, who may need another Weber redemption if he keeps falling. And in third place is Spokane reporter Ian Cole.
And now for our División Internacional, which has been the biggest Cinderella of GUTV Bracketology so far. On top is Larissa Maya, who is in second place overall, with zero exposure whatsoever to college basketball prior to Bracketology. Larissa is studying fashion merchandising in Brazil, and somehow still put together a killer bracket. Way behind in second place is Neil Lopez of Ecuador, followed closely by Cecilia Valencia, who is the mother of GUTV's own Ecuadorian correspondent, Fernanda Valencia. She produced the Global Gonzaga segment that you'll be seeing during the break. Good work, ladies.
We here at GUTV love our social media, and you can find Nick and I on Twitter along with your favorite fatherly figure, Dan Garrity. He'll have his usual words of advice coming up after the break. And we'll also chat with our alum of the week, Lindsay Joy.
And we've co-producer of GU News You Can Use, Drew Reeves. He'll be talking about how the idea branched into a weekly segment. Stick around, it's going to be fun.
Hello you, how was the rest? You made it through, but nevertheless, I got you out on a wire. You be love and I'll be a liar.
¿Cómo están? And welcome back to Global Gonzaga. I'm your host Fernanda Valencia, and today we're talking sports. All over the US we have heard about March Madness, and even our Gonzaga students in Florence are talking about it. But what is the rest of the world cheering for? Well, there is 3.5 billion fans worldwide of soccer. And today we are gonna analyze what's its impact in Ecuador, and our international student of the week will be talking about his favorite team. I am wearing the sweater from the Spanish Barcelona, but did you know that there is an Ecuadorian Barcelona? The season runs from February to December and is usually contested by 12 clubs. While initially not a league, the Serie A has its roots in the national championship between the top teams of Ecuador's two regional leagues. The most successful club is Barcelona with 14 titles, and it is the defending champion this year. That's my team. And if you want to check out a little bit more of soccer, you should watch the Spanish Barcelona. They are doing really good in the quarterfinals for the UEFA Champions League. But enough about soccer. Now we're going to Gonzaga in Florence, where our correspondent Amy Showell will talk to us about March Madness and how our Gonzaga students watched the last game of our team in the NCAA.
Oh gosh, it was crazy. I was actually in Slovenia during the game, and there were like 10 of us packed into this tiny little hotel room, and we were streaming it live on a computer, like a little 15-inch, and Wichita finally started pulling ahead. Everyone's mood just went down.
Thanks, Amy. But hey, we always have next year. Now it's time for a different kind of fun. Our international student of the week is Mishari Hamsalam. He's from Saudi Arabia and he's an ESL student, meaning that he's studying English as a second language.
There is a team which is my favorite, is the Hilal team. This team is it's blue. They call the century team, or the best team in the century. They are the best team in Asia, so they're pretty good actually. I like them so much. I'm a big fan of them.
Thanks for sharing. I'll make sure to check out your team next time I'm watching soccer. This has taken us to the end of our show, but don't forget to tune in next week for a new Global Gonzaga.
hello and welcome back to GUTV Bracketology.
Dan's cool and all, but GUTV's favorite furry friend is taking over the first part of Dan's segment this week. He also has some exciting news about the newest technological advances in GUTV. Hey Dan, what you got for us?
And first of all, I have to apologize to GUTV alum John Billings because our pooch prognosticator Barkalow really steered you wrong on his last bet on Barkalow pick. You should be ashamed. He picked Florida. He should have picked Michigan, but there was no way he was going for Michigan. See, he hates their mascot. He can tell I'm talking about him right now. I could say squirrel all day long, no big deal. But if I say Wolverine, he's out of here. It was so good to see John Billings here in Spokane, and also it's great to get messages from you guys online, and that's half the reason that we do GUTV Bracketology, kind of an online reunion. But the other reason, of course, is we use it for a fundraiser as well, and I'm very pleased to say that as of right now, we have just gone over the $1,000 mark for this year's GUTV Bracketology. Thank you so much. And I want to tell you, one of the things we do with the money, if you have been to GUTV, you know what these are. This is a Kodak ZA8. It's what the intermediate students get to learn videography and nonlinear editing. Well, these are about 5 years old now, and they were pretty cheap when we got them. They did their job, but they're dying now. This over here is the Canon CMOS technology Vixia a handheld HD camera. Now these things go for about $450, so they're not cheap. But this is what I'm replacing these things with. So basically, every time your generosity adds up to about $450, we get to get another one of these Canon cameras for our 303 class. There's usually 15, 16 kids in the class, so we have a little bit of work to do. But I know with your support, we can actually get it done. I sure want to thank you for everything that you've done to support us so far. Keep watching GUTV Bracketology and keep up the good work. God bless you. See you online.
Thanks, Dan. Every week on Bracketology, you'll meet one of our standout alums. We've talked to 2 alums in Hollywood, and now we're headed out to the East Coast. Lindsay Joy is a 2010 grad currently working as a sports anchor in Charlottesville, Virginia. We figured what better person to interview on a sports show than someone who is in the business. What made you decide you wanted to get into sports in the first place?
Oh gosh, I've always just loved watching sports since I was little. Like, not a little kid necessarily, but kind of a teenager. I just loved watching sports. And when I saw that there were people announcing the games and people at the games and that was their job to just talk about the game, I was like, okay, well, I'll probably just do that for a job. So yeah, I decided when I was like 12 or 13 that I wanted to do this, and I've never really thought about doing anything else.
Yeah, I totally understand that one. And then what's it like being a woman in the sports industry?
It's definitely different, obviously, than being a guy. There's a lot of times when I'll look around a room, I'll be at a press conference, and there's, 15, 20 of us, and I'll look around the room and be like, I'm the only girl in here, period. Like, all the media information people and all of those people, it's all guys. But I have a pretty good working relationship with all of them. I think the more that you get to know, the people you work with, whether it's the coaches or the other writers or anything like that, the more you can just sit down with them and have conversations about sports.
And you're in Charlottesville, Virginia now.
Yes.
So what are some of the biggest differences between Spokane and Charlottesville? Because I'm sure it's a whole new world.
It is definitely a really different world. Actually, I moved to Wyoming, Casper, Wyoming, in between. So Spokane to Wyoming wasn't too bad, but Spokane to Charlottesville is definitely very different. This is a very old town, so Thomas Jefferson built the university here, and he built a lot of the things around here. It's definitely a town or a city, I should say, that's very focused on, they love their history and all those things. But in terms of, actually covering sports, it's not all too different. Sometimes things will happen, at UVA, and I'm like, oh yeah, that would happen over at Gonzaga. It's kind of, in D1 programs, it's kind of all normalized itself at this point, so there's definitely similarities.
Great. And how do you feel GUTV prepared you for the professional environment in Charlottesville and Casper?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that I notice is just fundamentals. I have worked with, actually my roommate went to Syracuse, and one of my best friends at my Wyoming station went to ASU. So those are 2 pretty big programs where, they're very well known and they're some of the best in the country. But I just noticed little things with like fundamentals that maybe those people from big programs don't have. They don't necessarily know how the camera works or what these filters actually do. They know, okay, I need to turn this button on, but they don't know why. And even just the way that people at my station treat equipment, sometimes, things will come back coiled and wrapped around cameras, and I just think, oh, Dan would kill you. That would not fly at GUTV.
Dan or Phil?
Well, both of them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wasn't perfect in college, but I definitely learned that you just have to completely take care of everything, and there's just a certain respect that I think it was really instilled in me at GUTV that I kind of see lacking with some other people. So I'm very appreciative that, like I said, that I have those fundamentals.
We want to thank Lindsay so much for giving us some of her time, and we wish her good luck in Charlottesville.
We here at Bracketology have introduced you to director Brian Koshesha, reporter Denny Hawkins, and after the break, we'll be introducing you to Drew Reeves, who is still producing news stories even in his final semester.
So stay tuned. This is GUTV Bracketology.
Good morning, beautiful.
Hey, I like your smile. Great job. Keep up the good work.
Hey, your shirt looks really good on you.
And this here is the kindest girl on Gonzaga's campus.
You're the best. I love GU.
Welcome back to GUTV Bracketology. Every week we showcase one of GUTV's most prominent stars as our Senior of the Week. In this episode, we have a man who turned a dream into one of the most successful GUTV weekly segments of all time. He's the talent and co-creator of GU News You Can Use. Joining me today is the ever-creative Drew Reeves.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here, Drew.
Yeah,
we're going to give the alums and the people watching at home just a little peek at the series just so they know what we're talking about.
Okay. Did you know this was going on?
We did.
News.
Straightforward.
This is GU News You Can Use.
Now, Drew, that's one of the most favorite YouTube segments GUTV's ever pumped out. So my question is, what kind of started that?
Well, Gracie Ditzler was actually the one who originally came up with the idea, and she went and met with GSBA and came up, presented this idea to them, and then she came to me and said, hey, I've got this idea, do you want to get on board? And I thought it was awesome, I really liked the idea, so I said yes, and then we made the first video, and it was shockingly way more popular than we ever thought it would be. Gonzaga put it on their Facebook page and they tweeted it, and then so many people on campus were sharing it and tweeting it, and so then it just kind of spun off from there, and we decided every week we would do one of these funny little videos. Well, we think they're funny. They might not actually be, but we crack ourselves up doing it, and that's the best part about it.
Well, the public seems to love it, and even though that you're not taking advanced this semester, you still keep pushing them out every week. What kind of is your motivation to kind of stick with that commitment to once a week?
Well, it's just something that I really like doing, like, even though I'm not an advanced or anything or not getting any credit for it, I still really enjoy doing it. And GSBA, I know they really appreciate it, and they've asked us to keep doing it. So it's just kind of something we do to raise awareness for clubs on campus and events going on and help people get the word out.
Now, do you usually like investigate what kinds of things clubs are going into, or does GSBA contact you about
No, it's more like us finding out what events are going to be happening, and then we share it. We do have some clubs that will like contact us. Like we've had Choral Club contact us before and some events like that. And GSBA, if they have like something coming up, then they'll ask us to put it in the video. But for the most part, we end up like investigating our own stories.
And this isn't the only thing that you've been doing. We hear that you have some internships. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so last semester I interned at KHQ here in Spokane. And that was a reporting internship. And then I have an internship right now with KXLY. And I do kind of everything there, like producing, reporting. So.
Now, the things that you're doing there, how can you really draw that back to what you've learned here at GUTV? Is there any one thing that has really helped you out, like stand out there?
Oh, just like everything you learn here, like the environment and like writing stories has really helped me over there, because that's most of what I do is I write stories, and just the like writing tips that you learn here can really be translated over there. And I like that GUTV is pushing social media, because do a lot of social media over there. So there's definitely all the fundamental stuff you learned here can translate into the internship.
Yeah, and speaking of social media, I'm an avid follower of you on Twitter. I absolutely love following you, and you love talking about television shows.
I do.
And just like the entertainment business.
Yes.
Do you want to go into that entertainment business, or do you want to go into news?
Well, TV is something that I love watching TV. Like, you don't understand. I love watching TV. I could not watch TV for the rest of my life and be satisfied. So that is something that I'm definitely interested in pursuing. But for right now, I'm looking definitely more into news. But in the future, I really would love to work in television.
And we'd love to see you there. Unfortunately, Drew, that's all the time we have. It's been great having you. And that's all that we have for GUTV Bracketology this week. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday for our final Bracketology as we reveal our winners. And if you can't handle the wait, you can chat with us and reunite with other alums by tweeting at us at GUTVZags. Use the hashtag GUTV Bracketology, or like us on Facebook at Gonzaga Television official page. Also, tune in on Monday for Gonzaga This Week. Same time, same place. From all of us at GUTV, thanks for being a part of greatness. I'm Nick Brown, and as always, go Zags.